Let's go through the process of creating a PearDeck that might follow a typical classroom outline, where we have a bell ringer, an essential question, content, an exit ticket, and an assignment. So to start with, you'll need to be signed into Google Drive, and then click New, More, and find PearDeck. Once you have PearDeck opened, the first thing you'll want to do is to title your PearDeck. Then it starts out with Untitled PearDeck. We'll call ours Soccer Juggling. We're going to add a slide, and this will just be our title slide. Call it Soccer Juggling. And we'll start with our bell ringer. And let's just copy it. And let's assume that you talked with your students about gravity and how things work in your previous class. So they should know the answer to this question: how fast is the soccer ball moving vertically when it reaches its highest point, just before it starts coming back down? And we want to make this an interactive question, so we'll make it a free response number. It should be a velocity. And we'll be able to have our students log into the PearDeck, join it, and answer this question right at the start of class. And then we'll move on. And we'll move on to our essential question. And that might be, why do soccer players juggle? That's why we're studying juggling. Is because soccer players juggle, and we want to know why. And once you've talked about that, and we can actually go here and make this an interactive question, and we can have them type in why they think soccer players juggle, get them thinking about that question. And you'll notice that when you create a new slide, by default, it creates a slide of the same type that you were just using. So you can change that type by clicking on the drop-down list over here. We'll move on to the content portion of our presentation at this point. We want to see some soccer players actually juggling. And the easiest way to do that with modern technology is with YouTube. So let's start with Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo, a player for Spain. And we're going to share a YouTube video of him juggling, and we want to share that video starting at 1 minute in and 20 seconds. So you'll notice you can get a URL specific to a point in time in a YouTube video just by clicking on that link. And you'll notice here, just so you can see the URL that's generated, it has this little section appended at the end. And that's where it tells YouTube to open it up at 1 minute and 20 seconds. But let's also find another video. So we'll open up, you'll notice it's a normal slide, and we'll go with Lionel Messi. And we'll click on the share button to get the link. And we can even start this at 12 seconds as well, so that way they don't have to sit through the first 10 seconds of intro video. Click on that. And now we're through the content portion of our presentation. And our students have watched the content, and now it's time for their exit ticket. And an exit ticket is really just a multiple choice question in this case. Who did you like more? We could go with Messi. We could go with Ronaldo. And it's only 2 items there. And it's a multiple choice question. That'll be their exit ticket. And then finally, we'll add a slide. Homework. And remember, make sure that's a normal slide. And if you had an online form where students could submit their highest total, you could add that link in here. But that's all it takes to create a PearDeck presentation with some of the standard classroom elements. If you have any questions or would like to talk about different lessons that you could incorporate using PearDeck, feel free to ask after the session.